Hey everyone, it's Kevin Crossman here at Ultimate Mai Tai headquarters, and today we're going to be talking about limes. Limes are really important in a Mai Tai, of course, because they are your main citrus and your main sour ingredient. And one of the things that people often sometimes get confused about is the original Trader Vic's recipe, which calls for the juice of one lime. And they think, well, I'll just use the juice of one lime. The problem is that, look at these two limes, very different. You're gonna get a lot more juice out of this, which means your drink will be much more sour, which means it might not be as balanced as what you would want. And if you make your next Mai Tai with the same amount of rum and orgeat, and then you use this lime, it will taste too sweet, right? So thankfully we do have a ruling from Trader Vic himself about what the juice of one lime meant. In the 1974 book, Rum, Cookery, and Drinkery, it says right on page 96, the juice of one average lime equals 1 ounce. So you should always think about 1 ounce being your standard for the juice of one lime. Now some people may prefer less lime, and that's okay, but just, that's what that means. The other question that I think sometimes people come up with is, okay, can I just use like the bottled lime juice from the grocery store? And while this is better than like the bottled kind that sits on a shelf next to Rosa's grenadine, this will not taste as good as a freshly squeezed lime that you squeeze right then and there when making your drink. I've done comparison tests where I can test one versus the other, blind test, and I can tell the fresh lime every single time. Lastly, the pro tip for me is how do you squeeze your lime? Lots of different things. A lot of people use these guys. You put your lime in here and you squeeze it out. My preference is to actually use one of these because I think I can get more juice out of my one lime. And that's really important when you got a little lime like this that might give you 1 ounce, but if it doesn't quite give you enough, then you got to juice a whole nother one, right? So one of these, to me, is a much better job of getting all the juice out of my lime. So that's the pro tip for today. More information about Mai Tais at ultimatemaitai.com. Thanks for listening.